It's been a busy past few weeks for the Scooby-Doo gang, solving mysteries at a breakneck pace. So they've decided to take a vacation to beautiful Rocky Mountain National Park. Shaggy, Velma, and good old Scooby-Doo are going to drive the Mystery Machine to the park and meet Fred and Daphne. Let's join them on their trip.
Well, we're on our way at last. I wonder if the highway holds any mysteries in store for us.
I know one mystery we won't have to solve, and that's the meaning of the new road signs. I bought a guide at the bookstore that shows all the new signs and what they mean.
Well, why did they change the road signs? I had a tough time learning the old ones.
You think you had a tough time? Imagine a foreign visitor who could not read highway signs printed in our language.
That could get really confusing, Velma.
Confusing and dangerous as well. The new international signs will be the same all over the world.
You mean if I'm traveling in another country, I'll be able to figure out where to stop and find a restaurant without knowing the language?
Well, yes, that's right.
I think I'm going to like these new signs.
Me too.
The new road signs use standardized pictures, symbols, colors, and shapes to convey their messages. While drivers are familiarizing themselves with the new signs, the message will also be written. One example of the new international signs is this merge symbol. Its two-shafted arrow indicates that traffic mixes from two separate lanes. Other symbols will remain basically the same. Broken white lines will still divide lanes of traffic going the same direction. Broken yellow lines still separate traffic moving in opposite directions. In addition, an unbroken double yellow line indicates no passing or crossing lanes. Let's rejoin Shaggy, Velma, and Scooby.
Say, here's our first picture sign coming up. What does it mean?
There's a red circle around a bicycle and a big red slash through it. I would think that would mean no bicycles. Yeah, that's what the book says. No bicycles allowed. By the way, we should turn off the main highway here.
Look, there's a sign pointing off the road with a bicycle on it and no red circle or slash. Say, I'll bet that means bicycles are allowed over there.
Right you are, Shaggy. That's a safe bike trail away from the road. The signs with the red slashes are called regulatory signs.
Hey, there's another regulatory sign. This time it's a truck with a circle and a slash. And this road's getting awfully narrow. I wonder...
Oh, no! We'll never make it over that old bridge. We're too big and heavy.
Oh, well, I'll turn the van around and we'll be out of here in a jiffy.
There's another regulatory sign.
Oh, boy, those things really pop right up, don't they? No problem. There's a big area over off the road where we can turn around.
Now we're back on the right track. Here's the freeway entrance. There's a new sign warning us not to get on the wrong ramp.
The gang will discover that freeways and interstate highways utilize the same new international road signs that mark city streets. These superhighways that are such an important part of modern commuting provide information in an abundant and easy-to-read format. Let's pick up the Mystery Machine as it leaves the freeway.
According to the map, we're only about 6 or 7 miles away.
Here's a clue that we're getting close.
Those special signs for the parks and recreation areas are in the shape of a trapezoid with white letters on a brown background.
Well, this is the last bit of city we'll see on our trip to the mountains.
Be sure to watch very carefully for road signs in the city, Shag. City driving usually means many stops and starts.
Well, here comes our first stop according to that sign.
Right, and that sign means the school is nearby. Be on the lookout for school children crossing the street.
Oh, don't worry, Velma. Old Shag always watches out for kids and animals.
Attaboy, Shag.
When you see a service station, Shaggy, pull over. I want to call ahead and see if Fred and Daphne have arrived at the park.
There's one with a phone. That blue sign is easy to spot.
The blue information signs are helpful guides to the services often needed by motorists. After Velma's phone call, the gang has continued on their trip. We now find them past the city on a country road.
These roads are sure different than city freeways.
This sign is often found on country roads where traffic moves in both directions on the same road.
Yeah, and this type of road sometimes divides into separate lanes for a while. It then comes back together. You really have to stay alert.
Be careful, Shag. Passing on these one-lane roads can be awfully risky. See, that sign shaped like a flag shows the beginning of a no-passing zone.
There sure is a lot to look out for.
Another reminder is the Keep Right sign, which warns of obstacles or traffic and guides the driver into the correct lane.
Hey, what in the world is that? It looks like a big brown dust cloud.
Here's a sign that explains it all.
Wow, look at all that hamburger on the hoof. And speaking of hamburgers...
Yeah, speaking of hamburgers...
I'll just pull over into this roadside restaurant for a quick bite.
Hold on. See that sign? No right turn. That's the exit. You'll have to go around to the entrance.
Will do, Velma. Will do. Wow, I'm stuffed. I shouldn't be hungry for at least another hour.
A whole hour?
If you'd had one more hamburger, we would have had to follow that new sign.
Hey, look, according to that sign, we're starting our climb into the mountains. Next stop, Rocky Mountain National Park.
Boy, these mountain roads sure twist and turn. In the winter, snow and ice must make driving dangerous.
Slipping and sliding can also be caused by wet pavement, Velma.
Wow, just look at that view.
Hey, we finally made it.
Oh, look, they have hiking trails.
Yeah, and picnic areas.
Hey, come on, let's find a campground so we can get settled before Fred and Daphne arrive.
Good idea.
I know. You and Daphne can stay in the van in that campsite where the vehicles are allowed to park. And Scooby, Fred, and I can stay in the tent just across the road.
Tent? What about wild animals?
Come on, Scoob. Oh, boy, we had a great trip. That book of yours really helped, Velma. I guess we saw all the new signs on our trip.
Almost. There's one sign still left.
Oh, what's that?
The sign of a hungry dog.